there's a process that you are continuing to interrupt over and over again. There's a process happening. People say, and this is a saying that I hear all the time, and there's different variations of this saying, but it's very common. And that saying is, "What's for me, I'll get, and what wasn't for me will miss me," or some variation of that quote. And the thing is, you have to let things, you have to let them play out the way that they're supposed to play out. You have to let things run their course. Because if you don't, you'll be trying to play God or the universe, because everyone says that, the universe is going to give me what I need or what I want. And what I don't need, the universe will have miss me. So in order for that to happen, you have to let the universe or God do what it's supposed to do, And it's so hard because most of us are control freaks. I would say 90% of us probably are control freaks to some degree, and we want to control certain narratives, or we want to control certain situations, or some of us even want to control people, and understandably so to a certain degree, because control gives you predictability. Control gives you comfortability. You can, when you can control something, you know the outcome. And when you have to let things be, and when you have to let them do what they're just naturally going to do, you are now out of the driver's seat, and you now have no control or any say in what the outcome will be. That's scary for most of us, because fear of the unknown. And you also fear that you may not get the result you want. You may fear that the outcome that you get isn't the one that you desired or wanted to manipulate into happening. So you have to let things run their natural course if you truly do believe that God or the universe is going to take care of you. Because if you don't, then you're trying to play God. And you're trying to force the hand, and you're trying to manipulate things how you want them and not how they, quote unquote, should be. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, this will keep you from living in turmoil, and hurting and going through so much emotional pain, whether that be, losing someone or heartbreak or a certain opportunity that you want, that you're really hoping for, whatever it may be. You have to sometime, and I made a video about letting go of control. You're not in control. And this is just a topic that just reoccurs in my brain because I find myself wanting to control everything sometimes, as far as situations go anyway, and narratives. But you'll have to learn in order to keep yourself from going through all of this different emotional pain and upheaval, that what you can't control, you have to let go of. You have to, or you're going to be in this perpetual cycle of disappointment and pain and upset and fear and all of these different things. You got to let it go. You have to just sit back and have faith that whatever is supposed to happen is going to happen. You know what I mean? If that's something that you believe. So anyway, I don't want to ramble too much. That's really all I wanted to say in this video. But catch yourself when you get in these spaces where you're, and this usually happens when emotions are involved. When you get in these spaces where you're just responding from emotion and not from, a place where you can stand back and be a little bit more rational about whatever it is that's happening. Catch yourself. Try your best to catch yourself when you're doing this, when you're like wanting to just force your hand and force your perspective and force all of these different things, trying to convince people, trying to do this or that. Listen, if whatever I'm trying to get is supposed to come to me, it will come to me. It will. That's the way you gotta look at it. If I don't look at it that way, then like I said, I'll be in this perpetual state of upset, and that's draining mentally, physically, emotionally. It's just draining, and that's not somewhere you want to put yourself over and over and over and over again. Anyway, I appreciate y'all watching once again. Peace.